Hey everybody, what's up? Long time no watching my videos. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious I haven't made one in quite a while. You know, between school and work and the holiday season, finals, it's been crazy. But finally, everything's done. Everything's starting to calm down, go back to normal, at least for this week until next week, and then shit gets crazy again. But what are you gonna do? So I finally decided I'd make a video. Got the initiative, got off my lazy ass, set up my microphone back up, and so we're doing this. Um, the reason I'm making this video is primarily to show how big of a douchebag this guy is. Mr. BadieMcAwful. BadieMcAwful is his name. Remember that. If you ever see this guy, be like, hey, there's a video. Some guy calling you a douchebag on the internet. Whatever, there's videos of people calling me douchebags on the internet too. Just Google my name. I mean, YouTube Snightmare with with ease. Yeah, it's with ease, and you'll see them. But whatever. In the meantime, the second reason I'm making this video is because I know people have been having a lot of trouble with PvT lately. It's been kind of the topic of choice on the forums. I think, people are still having trouble with Zerg, but I've given you guys a build that is still working, so if you're losing, then it's because you're not doing my build, so get over it. But yeah, it's just another option. It's, you haven't seen it very much. I haven't seen this build very much. It's a 2-gate Void Ray rush. It's really nothing new, but you don't see it very often. I haven't seen any really good commentaries on how to perform, how to do the build, or what not to do with the build, so I'm giving it to you guys. Really nothing unusual. Pylon, gateway, simulator, and core, all at the same time, just as if you're doing pretty much any standard build. Definitely when you scout, you want to make sure he's not doing that 2 racks SEV rush that is so popular these days, which is really annoying. I hate that rush just because they like, oh, guess what? I don't have any SCVs, but I'll drop mules and continue to pump out, continue to support my Marines. Continue to pump out Marines out of my barracks. Because I don't need workers to do shit. So obnoxious. But, anyway, continuing. So that's pretty much the only time that if you scout a, 2 racks is when you should say, okay, alright, this build isn't going to work. It's pretty viable and effective against anything else to throw at you. So you just wait for that gas to lay down that Stargate. That's why I put the pylon back here. You want to hide the Stargate. If it's easy to counter if spotted. Just pump out a crap ton of Marines. So hide the Stargate. It shouldn't be spotted. They shouldn't be able to see it. There's really nothing. If you put it out of the beaten path, they shouldn't be able to scan it. You should be safe. One thing, and everybody's like, oh my god, you didn't build a stalker, why did that SCV run away? I've found against Terran or Zerg or anybody really, as soon as I start making a unit, even if the Cybercore isn't finished and they know it's going to be a Zealot, they just run away. I mean, it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, it simply defies common sense. I'd be like, oh, okay, this thing's never going to be able to catch me. I'll just continue scouting. But they always just run away. So that was one of the issues I thought I was going to have with this build, was that, oh, I'm not going to be able to kill the SEV for a long period of time, so they're just going to see what I'm doing. But they just tend to run away. I don't know. Works for me, though. And we see the Terran doing that crappy Banshee play, which is godly in every way. That's Banshees and Mutas, man. Banshees and Mutas. But we're getting a Phoenix buff, so thumbs up there. So Stargate, I use 2 Chrono Boosts on the Nexus for probes. Then I Chrono Boost the Warp Gate once or twice. Then I save the rest up for the Void Rays. There's two ways you can do this build. You can either go Gateway, Stargate, second Gateway, or you can go 2-gate into the Stargate. If you go 2-gate first, your push is going to be later, but you're going to have more Zealots, more infantry, basically, to support, and a stronger army, basically. If you do the Stargate first, the push should come sooner. So it's kind of up to you where you think you're at. What do you think you need? Personally, I've been preferring the 2 gateway. In this video, I actually did the Stargate first, but lately, because this video is a little old, I prefer the 2 gateway than the Stargate, which the 2 gateway pretty much stops any, if they're going to do some really early crap, it helps against that. So once again, seeing this crap Banshee play, this is just this guy being an idiot. BadieMcAwful, remember that. He's an idiot and a douchebag. Triple the fun. So you see, this is about the size you want. You want to wait for that third void ray to finish, then you make your push. You should have anywhere between, say, 8 to 12 zealots when you make this push. 12 being on the late side, depending if you want the 2 racks first. 8 if you're doing like a really early, just triple chrono boost out your void rays. If they do go Banshees, pretty much the same thing always happens every game. Here, I'm going to pause this because I don't want to be in the middle of this spurt when I need to talk about the fight. But yeah, if they go Banshees, the same things happen every game they've gone Banshees. They'll get back here, they'll decimate my probes. I always build a 4th void ray and I keep it at my base just for Banshees, because my void ray wins. My void ray beats your Banshees. So if they go Banshees, they're not going to have enough to stop this. You're just going to completely decimate them. If they get cloak, yeah, they'll be able to cloak and take out your entire probe line, but then you just destroy their base and it's game over. So it's kind of like a base trade, but you're definitely in a huge advantage at this point if they go Banshees. So if you're getting smoked by Banshees like I was, this build helps, my friends. So here I am making sure he doesn't have an expansion to go for. And here comes the engagement. You definitely want to, you see me micro back my void rays a little bit there, not like it really matters. If they have a bunker, use the void rays on it so they get that charge going and just start decimating. I mean, you'll see that there's really nothing. If they do go Banshees, there's nothing they can do at this point. So you see he's coming back because he knows he's pretty much screwed at this point. But the void ray made him use the cloak, and if you just run your probes away, you should be good. And so as you guys can pretty much tell, that's game. He's really not going much of anywhere from this, and this is why he's a douchebag. There we go. Gotta love these people, man. So, well, noobs will be noobs and cheese. Hope you're proud that you suck. So, first of all, I got no idea how this is cheese. I didn't cut workers. I didn't proxy. All I did was take a tech path that isn't primarily chosen usually. Like, okay, so I just have to do a 4-axe every game or else I'm cheesing you. Whatever you say, sir. And he pretty much did the same goddamn thing. I mean, seriously. Banshees, Void Rays, pretty much the same unit, they're the counter units to each other. So by counter, I don't mean they counter one another. I mean, you know what I mean. God, shut up. But yeah, what a dumbass. What a douchebag. If he hates me and thinks I'm cheesing, then you should hate himself too, because he's choosing also by his definition of it. So anyway, there's my little rant. I just had to throw it in this guy's face. Just annoys me, hypocrites. But anyway, so that's the build. It works pretty much against anything they do. I know a lot of people right now are like, oh, if they 3 racks and have stem, they'll just stem kite the zealots, and you're screwed. That was the same thing I thought when I first started this build, but I was like, hey, I'll give it a shot. And surprisingly enough, it works really well. I mean, even I had a friend do this against me, and I played Terran, and I did my micro, which I know is better than any of the kids I'm going to play against, and I still lost, I lost as the Terran player. So this build is viable, it's good. I'd say 60 to 70% win ratio with it. Just don't let them scout it, and you're pretty much golden. Hope this helps. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free. You guys know what to do. And take it easy.